So DeSantis had a perspective about Kamala Harris ultimately becoming president of the United States of America, and that he says that it was all part of a cover-up and how she got there, and she was complicit in what we've seen from Joe Biden. Let's take a look at what he had to say. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Let's get into it.
Let's bring in Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor, how does Kamala Harris now at the top of the ticket change this race?
Well, look, she's vacuous, incredibly liberal, and unaccomplished. And so, yes, she doesn't have dementia, but I think she's a lousy candidate. And I was surprised at how many Democrats rushed to endorse her. Remember, their convention's not for another month. And so it wouldn't surprise me if she face plants over the next 2 weeks that you'll start to hear calls from those power brokers to maybe go in a different direction. We'll see what happens. But the reality is she knew about Biden's condition this whole time because she's been vice president. She claims she works closely with him. Jesse, just me as a governor, I've been dealing with Biden on different events that have happened since he's been president. He's come down to Florida after hurricanes, and I could tell that he wasn't all there. And it's gotten a lot worse in the last year and a half. So all this cover-up that happened, the media was complicit, but so many people in the White House were complicit. Kamala was part of that cover-up. And so in some respects, if you're a Democrat, you want to get the election to not be about Biden's age and senility, yet you have a candidate who's saddled with all his bad policies and then is going to be asked questions about what did she know and when did she know it. And let me just say, this nonsense that she's spewing and the liberal media spewing is like, oh, Biden was such a great president. How? He came in and he rung up the debt, fueled inflation. He abandoned Afghanistan. We lost 13 U.S. service members. He opened the southern border, which is going to lead to a terrorist attack in this country. We're weaker internationally than we've ever been, certainly in my lifetime. And so where is this greatness coming from? It's like they just say it and they expect people to believe it. And not that polls are everything, but this is a guy that has had a horrific approval rating for really the last 3 years of his presidency.
You know what it is?
So let's break that down real quick, because we're not going to spend no more than 10 minutes on this particular issue. But let's break that down really, really quickly. All right? Was it a play? Was it a play? Did they parade Uncle Joe out there knowing that he wasn't capable of being able to do the job that he said that he was doing inside of the White House? Also knowing and possibly understanding that his ability to do the job would be compromised and that the only path, listen, you didn't have to compete or you never had to debate yourself and debate with other people in the primary to qualify yourself to ultimately be president of the United States of America. I remember when Kamala Harris ran in 2020 and she got no motion, no love, no motion. People did not see her as presidential. All of a sudden in 2024, she's possibly and could quite possibly be the best thing that ever happened to the Democratic Party. All of the money is starting to flow in. In 2020, she absolutely was horrible, and she called Uncle Joe a racist. She implied that he was a racist in the primaries on the debate stage. If you had her go through the normal rigmarole when it comes to becoming the president of the United States of America, being nominated by her party, or was this something that they paraded out in order to ultimately make sure that this was the play? I believe it. I've been saying it. I've been predicting it. I said it on my own platform. I predicted it over a year and a half ago. I said, man, I'm telling y'all, this woman is going to be the candidate for president of the United States of America. This is how they're going to do it. This is how they're going to play it. And I called it. I've been calling it for years now. And it's played out exactly how I predicted that it was going to play out. And the people that's been rocking with me on the Millionaire Morning Show, you already know that this is exactly what the play has been. Because I've been preaching it. And some of y'all pushed against it. And a lot of y'all said, Anton, no, you're wrong. No, I was right. And I'm going to put it in your face and I'm going to parade it around. And I was right. But here's the question. If you see your grandparents or you see people that are older walking around you, you can tell whether or not they're all there or not. You could tell whether or not they need help up the steps. You could tell whether or not they need to be in an elevator instead of, we need to sell the home, downsize them, put them in something that they can actually get back and forth to their place. Maybe they just need to be in a ranch, or maybe they need to be in a building with extra security. We need to get them some help. We need to get them some Pampers. We need to get them some applesauce. You know before everybody knows. The American people was sitting here watching him literally fumble. They brought in armies of people in order to prepare him for the debate, and there was no way that he could hide what we seen in real time. So if that was happening the entire time behind the scenes, because he didn't just automatically wake up on the debate day, we've been saying that Uncle Joe been crazy for a long time. It's called old age. It's been so if she knew it because she said that she was sitting next to him all the time inside of the White House, do you then become complicit and parading somebody out there that you know is not even controlling what's happening inside of the free world, but they're just reading from a script? And I absolutely agree with him 100%. I did not see this phenomenal presidency at all. I didn't see phenomenal presidency at all. But let's continue.
It is, Governor. You know, at your funeral, when they say nice things about you, they have to say nice things about Joe Biden because he is long gone. You mentioned
but even that, Jesse.
Yeah, but let me ask you.
People are saying that
you mentioned when you saw him when he was down, I guess, for hurricanes, and you had to interface with him as a governor. You said you noticed him declining. Specifically, what did you pick up?
Well, look, I mean, you know, just the interactions, how he would respond to different things. Sometimes we'd have, you know, like a round table with some of the stakeholders after an event. We had the Surfside Tower collapse the first year of his presidency. You know, you notice some things that are very odd. Then you notice kind of how he's handled the year after that when he came down for Hurricane Ian. It was just clear that this is a guy, compared to when he was in the Senate or vice president, that had declined. And I think the decline, you know, this is not a linear decline. It's rapid. And the last year and a half, I think, has been really, really significant. But this notion that the media is trying to peddle that he's like George Washington refusing power for the good of the country. He had no choice. They were knifing him in the back. The New York Times was going after him. The big donors were going after him. And a Democrat, look, Republicans, New York Times isn't attacking me that I must be doing something wrong as a Republican. The Democrats, the corporate media is a huge part of their.
This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. 100%. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find something really quickly. Give me a second.
Party. And when you lose the media, you're really a dead candidate walking. So he had no other choice. This is not George Washington.
They're like, we're not going to give you a presidential library, and we're going to make sure your son goes to prison for the rest of his life. And he says, fine, I'll leave. And they're like, oh, what a statesman. Oh, it's so predictable. All right, Governor.
Let me see if I can pull something up. This is back when I had the different background. I didn't even have this one. I didn't have none of the other backgrounds. This is back when I had this background. Somebody said, Anton, go and get the receipts. Somebody said, Anton, go and get the receipts. They said, they challenged Anton from it. Listen, I've done thousands and thousands of shows and different videos and clips and stuff. And this is just a random search of me going and talk about Kamala Harris and the fact that she says she's ready to be president and all of this stuff. Anton, look, dog, don't challenge me. Don't challenge me. Don't challenge me. This is back when I had the other background. We was over here talking about the other background. Kamala Harris says she's ready to serve as Biden faces age scrutiny. Yourself. She said, I'm ready to serve. There's no question about that. She responded bluntly. Everyone sees her on the job. Harris says, walks away fully aware of my capacity to lead. They've been planning this for a long time. Way before I ever had the don't do coke in the bathroom sign in the background, as I had the camera turned that way, and then I ain't had this on in the background. I've been talking about this for a long time. A long time. I've been breaking up back when I was wearing the other hats. I've been talking about this for a long time as far as what the play has been. As far as what the play has been. Round of applause for her confidence. That's a heck of a thing to say about yourself. Listen to what she just said, y'all. Listen to what she said. She said, listen. Same color t-shirts, different watches. Where's the person that said, hey, Anton, go and pull the receipts? I'm curious. Same glasses, different hat, same beard, different background, previous one. Oh, you said she's lost more assistance than anyone and people hated her? Interesting that you say that, baby. Interesting that you say that. Let me see something real quick. Let's go even further back. Let's go all the way back to December 2021. Let's go back to December 2021. Anton don't know what he's talking about. Anton is just talking. He's never really criticized Kamala Harris. He hasn't been talking about how bad she's been at the job. Let's go on to this one. Look at the OG back. This is all the way back in early 2021. Listen to this one. Oh, I can't even play it. Hold on. Maybe I'm able to pull it up. Early 2021. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Kamala Harris is in the Victim Olympics. Look at the title at the top. Is Kamala Harris running in the Victim Olympics complaining that she can't get the job done? Should we bring up more? Because I was able to just go through and pull all of this up. Look at the background that I had. I had the shoes. It was a real morning. I had the Versace robe. Oh, man. Anyways, neither here nor there. Please don't challenge me on my record because everything is still up there. You're able to see it for yourself. There's no need in acting like it wasn't a thing. I've been talking about this for a long time, big dog. Yes. Please stop doing that. Don't do that. Carrie.